We go live in 18 minutes. It's just... Oh, you have been drinking?
Yeah.
Oh.
We thought you preferred the other one.
Yeah. It is enough.
Gimme. No calls on the church sheet. Oh, then you drink this one too?
Yeah, it's not people yet, but it's live safe people. It's not professional. life. Now I know everything is correct, so just need to push the light button.
Is that?
Yeah. Maybe something drier after because
Also.
yeah, because it's amazing.
Pero que tenemos.
I understand now why I did this because sometimes you miss saying a word.
What? Tell me.
You say bathroom.
Bed.
No, you said use a bathroom.
I said bed.
Seriously, use a bathroom. I'm 100% sure you said bathroom. Maybe miscorrect, yes, but you said bathroom.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes you say this as left and right. You know what left and right is. You always mix it a little. And also you say, sometimes you say bathroom for the bedroom. You do it without thinking. Just that it. Because you said you were waiting in the bathroom. That's why it was important. Mostly, the only thing can be two things. Can be the wine or can be the burger. Yeah, because that's the two things that can happen. This one is the red bar, and this burger can be the bar. Who knows?
Then it doesn't matter.
But yes, you did unlike Jamaican can say, you did drink quite a lot of wine, so it can be that.
I don't know, like, since we talk about the future, okay, I'm not drinking so much
No, it is.
water.
Yeah. That's it. I think you drink the wine because you have eaten very little that day. You drink 1.5 bottle of wine. And you might think that made it a little disturbance.
And this wine is close.
Yeah, so it makes sense that it is because this wine is basically something in between wine and champagne. So I probably don't have to drink fully their champagne. They don't drink enough wine, but water after. That's the reason. So
One question is when we can take a picture.
oh yeah.
I used to.
This one is so simple to change. Just this stuff. Yeah. In our hair, remove this. Take this. Segment to this. Take this. And then of course you need to because you see I changed this in the month 7 last year. So as you have 20.7 2020. So 1 year, she's okay. She's not bad.
And we will go live in 5 minutes. We'll just prepare everything as always with the broker that we prefer to use here and all the other things. So this is the Forex broker that I prefer to use, and using my link there you also get the indicator. This indicator is amazing, by the way, so if you want a good indicator, this is for MetaTrader 4 platform. And the binary option robot you see up here, that's basically the one I use also when I make signals here. So and I will show all my setups, everything, so you'll see that. But like I said, we start in 4 minutes. So as always, I will do some Forex trading, and after I will look into maybe taking 1 or 2 binary option trades also. As for the ones that have followed me in sessions before, you know that it's not that easy to find a good entry on the binary option because I have very critical entries I go after. So I'm just preparing the things now and we'll start in 3 minutes. So we'll start in 2 minutes. Just wait till the correct time so people have the chance to enter, and we take it from there. So this is the broker that we're using. That's the same as the link I gave here in the chat. We have not started yet, but we'll start right now. So then I will start. As always, I will start with some Forex trading, then we'll move a little over to binary option, and then we'll go a little back forward for what we can find. And if we have some time in the end, as always, I might look into Ethereum and Bitcoin, as that's only the 2 cryptocurrency pairs I have some type of interest about showing. But if someone here have an interest about another type of cryptocurrency or another type of pair for Forex or whatever, just ask and I will go into it and I will show my setup. Or if you're into a trade from before in a pair, just show me the trade you have done and I will take a look and I will give you an idea about how I think your trade is and if you should just close it or keep it open or whatever. So if you are interested about that also, you can do that. So, but as always, some people might be tired about it, but I need to do it because there are always some new people. Investing.com, you just need to make an account here. You have so many news, you have so much information here that is needed. It's more like if you have a toolbox, if you're a plumber or whatever, you need a toolbox. This is a part of your toolbox. You need this in your toolbox. So also when you make an account here, it's completely for free and just make sure you put your address. So for example, what I do every time before I trade either Forex or binary option, I go to news, the one seen at top here. I go to economic calendar. Then we come here, and what you're looking for then is what you see here, 3 stars news. If you see a 3-star news, typically something big can happen. So if you have, for example, opened a trade right before here, you should probably close it because this can go both ways. You can either shoot in your stop loss or shoot inside your take profit. But it's basically gambling if you have opened a trade with this. So it's better you close your trade if you see 3-star news, and you should wait 1 hour after a 3-star news. So in my case, this was 3 in the morning. So I should have been waiting till around 4 before I start trading the GBP pairs. So now let's see. Here what we can see right now, that this line marks where I am right now here. So as the clock is 12 for me now, I'm here. And that means there have been a news for dollar 11.30, so I should wait till 12.30. But as I have a little experience, I can see if the move have come because it's 33 minutes ago, and I have a good idea about what we can look for. So I will trade this pair, you should not. And we see after, it's just coming for New Zealand a little later. That's a typical pair I do not trade, by the way. So from an Australian dollar also, I don't trade that either. So typically, sometimes I do, but it's very rare and you're not going to do it in this session. So the thing is that we can see that if you have 3-star news and you're planning to trade, then make sure that your trade are closed before this news occurred, because if you let it be open, it's basically gambling. Can go 50-50 both ways and you might lose your trade only because you did not close it before the news. So the news are important. Do not trade during the news. There are some people like news trading. It's a quite interesting concept. You put a pending position trade a little above, a little below, and when the news come, you shoot up maybe to your in the one way or the another. But sometimes you maybe shoot up, you never hit your take profit, and you shoot down to your stop loss. But many are doing quite good trading like that. So it's something that I will look into to teach you all also if I find it fit for you. But for right now, we are not going to be news trading. So as always, we will open euro against dollar. We will check what the current trend look like. We need to do like this because then should be nice. Yes. So as you can see, we had a huge move yesterday on dollar. Dollar got super strong, super fast, and now we get to start to see a little re-effect. And typically when you see a bar like this, at least we will reach the middle ground of the bar. From the top here to the bottom, and typically we should reach this 0.5 area, because typically we reach at least half of this strong bar when we get something like this. So I'm expecting us to at least reach the 0.5 and then maybe move forwards down. That's what I'm thinking here right now. But does it need to happen? Of course not. But the probability is normally that we reach at least the half of this one. So we can see that we are still in a downtrend. So we should look for sell opportunities. So sell opportunity could be on the 0.5 in the middle of this one, or in the top if that's happened. Right here now, we need to look at 4 hours to get a better view of what's going on. So you can see we are now moving very little inside a small box, we can say. We can mark that also. We take here, we mark, we are basically just inside this small box here. And the thing is that we can go both ways from here. This is too little movement. It's not so much tradable for say, because we never know where we are going to move. So if we go down to some small time frames, you see here, it's very little. Since this strong move down, we are moving very little in the market. And if we take now 2 lines here, take one from the top here and one in the bottom, you see I'm moving inside this small box. So when we break it, we might get a move, but currently this is not tradable. There are no signs for which direction we will go. This basically tells us 0. We can go up and retest the one up here, or we can go downwards. So basically right now we have no signs for where the market wants to lead us. Of course, when you look at the higher time frame, we are going in a downtrend, but that does not mean that we'll continue that way as we see right now. So here we just have no idea what to do, and we just need to wait. Even if you go down to the 30 minutes, even looks worse. You can see here how little we are moving. So euro against dollar right now, it's not tradable. We can't trade this. We need to be patient and wait for the market to make a move before we can enter. So this is a valuable lesson, that don't be just taking a trade like, we are low here now, let's take a long trade, and you take a stop loss below here and you target up here. It's gambling, because you can go both ways. So don't do that. It's no movement in the market. So let's take a look at GBP USD. We open that one down to a smaller time frame just to see, and as we can see, looks much alike euro against dollar. We can't say we have broken it yet, because this one I think we need to put a little more up. Let's see there, because if you see down, we always need to look to the left. You see this bar did come up to here and we go down. So it's a little bigger area than we see on the euro against dollar, but basically looks the same. So here we have in between here and up here. So this also can still go both ways, and looks like this is not something we can trade. We can't trade this at all. So it looks like dollar have had a very strong move. Here we see already this looks nice. So you can see that we did open a trade and it go directly up to take profit. That was a perfect entry. We can now close this one and look for a new trading opportunity. So let's take a look at the higher time frame to see how this looks like. Let's go there and here. So we can see now that we are currently looking like we are going to close below this trend line. Let's change this for the 4 hour. We are currently closing, but now I need to see if we need to move this one a little. with the new information we see. No. I think we need to wait. You see that we are currently exactly on it. So this looks more like a long trade for me. And I think we do that. We did the good with that on the last try. We did target up here, and you can see we did hit the last take profit. So I think there are no reason that we should not go up to around this region again. So I will take a long trade on this one. So let's take other here. We target basically the previous high you see here. Our stop loss we put just below the last low here. And you see it's a ratio 1 to 172. That's something we like to see. So we enter here. That's it. Then I will post this. Let's see. We go back here. So that is basically USD GPY long trade. Enter at this position here. We take our stop loss level. We set it. I will go back and check questions after, by the way. I check some typically like every 15 minutes or so. So I'll go in very soon after this and take a look if there are any questions. We take a take profit at this level here. I'll make sure I take this trade myself, because I trade every single signal I give, I trade myself also. So like that. Then we can move on. I will explain one more time the trade. The reason for the trade, we can see that we are now touching this strong support from the trend line. We are targeting basically the previous high we see here, and we set our stop loss below the previous low, that is this bar you see here, and you see we are protected against this spike even that we see on this bar here. Of course, when you trade a trend line like this, we are doomed to get a loss one time. But the thing is, when you're trading a trend line, especially on USD GPY, because it's a very trending pair. So you can see already from this one, we have made a trend. That means on this bar here, we could have opened our first trade, target the top, get a win. We could have opened a trade here, and we would win. And here yet again, we could open, and here, and once again where we are now. And like I said, one time we will lose, but we might, when you're trading a trend like this, you probably win 3-4 times to get one loser in the end. But then the clue is that every single trade, you can see here for example, is a ratio of 1 to 172. That means that even one trade here and you get one loser in the end, or trades that will go our direction and get a winner or more, we are making very good money just by pushing a trend line trade. So this is the safest way of trading that you have, especially on trending pairs like USD, GPY, GBP, GPY. GPY is one of the most trending pairs there is. So for trendline trading and support resistant, USD GPY is one of the best pairs, as long as you keep, so you look at the longer term, which direction you're going. So when you do that, you will do very good trading with this pair. So that's the first trade of the day. Let's see if we can do a binary option trade. Let's choose a pair that is paying good. So we can go for this one. We choose candle chart. Then we choose Bollinger Band. As always, we need to change. We remove the median line, we don't need it, and we change these two for white. That is basically just so we see everything better. So what we need to look at now, it's areas where we can see the market is hitting a few times. Here we can see 2 times, we come up to this region here. That means we can take a horizontal line, we put it around here, we make this one red and we make it thicker, something like that. In the bottom area, like let's see, here we can see that we have an area also, that when we come down here we go up, so we will put a line here. Now I will change this for green first. Let's make $100 bid and we are ready. Now I'll explain more. Why didn't I put one here? We need a space from the lower Bollinger Band to the support line. The same we need up here to the resistance. We need to be above this Bollinger Band, because if we put inside the Bollinger Band, then basically we will get more losers than winners. So the reason for this line here, once again, we can see when we come here, we touch, we go up, we did broke here, we did go down, test, we did go up, and you can see that this also worked as resistant here. You can almost up here and go down. I kept a little more in the upside, so it's a chance that we actually will touch this line. So you can see we are getting close here now. If this bar here now go down and touch our green line, as long as this Bollinger Band is lower, Bollinger Band is keeping above here, I will then push the same color, green. So I'm ready to push this green button now, because we might shoot down and touch this around 70–80% in the long run. So now we are just waiting patiently to take a trade either here or up here. I will not be sitting waiting here all the time, but as we are so close now, we will wait a little to see what will happen on this trade here. What is the problem here now is that we have a support here. He's fighting against it. We can't trade it, because then we will not follow our rule with the Bollinger Band. So it's as the Bollinger Band is crossed below it, it's a chance that we will break this support. And you see he's trying his best to do it. So that's why we are ready with a call trade if we come down to this green support line we have below here. So let's wait and see if we can come down there. Looks maybe like we'll break down. And if we do, this will be the next support he will fight against. So let's see. But right away this Bollinger Band start to cross below our support. That means the market is ready to break it, and then we can't have it more. Then we need to move this one more down. So I'm hoping that we can get our shoot down now, so we can get our first trade in the box. Win or lose, at least we get a trade. So we are getting there now maybe, let's see. I'm ready to push, and you should be also if you go to copy what I'm doing. Looks like was a fake out. Now you see this Bollinger Band starting to go closer down. That means the market is continued downwards. So right away this one cross below here, this is not valid more. But will be valid maybe on this one and one more bar, and then we might need to move it. So let's wait and see. We are very close to our target. We only push the call button if we come and touch this green line. Maybe we will not go down here. Looks like we are going to continue upwards, but I will just wait max 2 more minutes if we stay down here, but then we will need to move on, because we can't be sitting here looking only on this chart. But if you have a big interest about binary option, you can put up the lines like you have seen I have done, and you can be waiting. So what I rather will do, I will make a horizontal line here, mark it here, make it a nice yellow color. So everything that happened after this yellow, we can after look how we would have done if we had come to these lines and if they are valid when they come to it, and I'll explain. But for now, we see that we're going upwards again and we can't be sitting waiting for these trades. But now we have the yellow line and we see everything happen after the yellow line, how the trades will look like. Now I'll take some questions. I'll go through and see if there are any questions that is needed to be answered. So let's see. So I don't see any questions for now. I am not here tomorrow. I am here only 3 times a week. So the days you can see my sessions, it's basically Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Same time every time. Now let's see. No, I do not share my Telegram channel. I have, but I don't share. I have YouTube channel, I have Telegram channel, but I do not share because I feel it's wrong, as I'm hired by RM Academy to do this type of sessions, and I don't feel it's fair. I bring people that are paying here over to my own places, so I will not share that. Yes, if you talk about the USD GPY trade, yes, I believe also. But of course, we are getting high up in it, and we have got many trades in from before on this pair. Who knows? But nothing will go just upwards in the trend. Even though USD GPY like to do this type of things, one time we will break it and we'll get a small trend change for them to maybe go fighting this this trend line right now. So we might soon can be on this one that we will break and we will lose this trade. But the only thing we can do, we need to put our, every time we see, like we did here, for example, in the last session, we did take a nice trade here and we did hit our take profit. So that's the thing. So we won in the last session from this trade, and now we have a new trade, and we need to be patient to see if we can get one more win. But for now, yes, looks nice, and we always need to take these type of setups because we win more than we lose, of course, on these type of trades. Let's see if there's anything more. If you hear music right now, sorry to say it's not coming from me, then I guess it's something in the background of your own computer where you have some sound. So yes, it's not from my computers. Then I think we will move on. Let's see if something happened here. We are actually very close to trade again, so I will wait a little to see. If we come down to the green line now, we will take the trade. I'm ready to push the green button, and I take it. I'm in. We did not get a perfect entry, but I think it's good enough. I was a little late on the trigger. Like now should be the entry time. Now would be a perfect entry, but let's see. I think my entry might be good enough also. Let's wait and see. But yes, now would be the time to go in. Now you have got a very nice entry. But let's wait and see what he will do. Maybe we'll get a loser, but at least we see the way I'm trading. And of course, not every trade will be winners. So yes, we got a losing trade, and you see now this one is not valid more because we see the Boltzmann also did cross below our support line, and that means the market is ready to go more down. So then what we do then, we move our down to around here, because that's our area also. So if we come down here again, we are going to take one more trade. So this is our new region, because now we have space in between the bullish band and the support. So yes, I will take that one more trade if we come here. I trade maximum 3 trades a day with the binary option. This is because sometimes you can get a losing streak, and if you start to get, your mindset will be wrong and you should not do it, even if you start to win also. So now we are getting close. I'm ready to push the little more down. Now I want to, we are in. That was a nice entry also. Now let's see how this will go. This is also an area when we touch, we go up. So we see here we go, we touch, we go down, we go here, we go down. So that looks like now the trending market, and we should not trade more binary option today if we lose this trade, because then I lost 2 in a row and that's not nice. So let's now wait and see. Looks like it's breaking this one also, so then we are getting one more loser and then we just stop. It's too trendy. We can't be trading more than. So this is how it is sometimes. It's good for you to see that I can lose trades also. And yes, this is a losing trade. So then we have 2 losers in a row, then we stop. So no more binary option in this today. We keep them to Forex. Then let's take a look at gold. Let me see. Gold did break this support. We are now retesting this support area. That means I personally only go long on gold. I have explained that before. You see here we are waiting for a trade in the last session. We never did close above this white line. So we never got this trade, never got active. Now another trade that we can look for is a long position. The long position we can put above this line here. We can then target all the way in the top here, something like this, so we are in the closed bars, and we can then put a stop loss just something like this. You can even take it comfortable like this, but I don't think it's necessary. We put it something like this. So if this we can break up again here, break this support line, let's make this support a little thicker, something like this. So right away we close above this that is now resistant line. We can then open a nice long trade, because then the probability that we go up and up here is super high. So we need to break this, close above here. So that's something that earlings can happen in 2 hours and 30 minutes. So it's not something that will happen in this session, but it's something you can be aware of. Because like I said before, I never short gold, I only go long. So this is a trade I will look for. So here also we do not have a trade right now. In this session we just have 1 trade. So that means we have good time to look into some cryptocurrency and maybe some smaller pairs. We said in the start that we are not going to look at New Zealand and Australian dollar, but we might do it now, as we did go through everything so fast, so we need to wait. So then I think we can take a look at Bitcoin. We can see, let me just open and close again. So you can see we did take a trade. We got a very nice win. Let's remove this now. Now we are currently in a very nice position also. I like what I'm seeing. We can see that we have a strong support here that we see it's holding. That means we can start to see where the next target can be. I think we should manage to come up to around this region here. So we can look for a long trade. Let's zoom in. We enter here. I think with this target is nice. Let's put a stop loss just below the lowest point we see here, if you let me, there. So that's a nice 1 to 2.16. That's a trade we take any day, any time of day. This is nice. So if you just can let me open this, there. Okay, now we are in. So that's BTC USD. Let's protect that trade. So BTC USD long trade. We open at this point here. Basically the trade is right away. We take our stop loss at this level here and take profit we take here. So then that's like that. I will take this trade myself also. Just like that. So then we have the second trade of the day. Like I said, with binary option, we are going to stay away from today because the market did not move the way we wanted. So now let's see. The platform we are using, when I trade, the two platforms I'm using, I use for Forex, I use, I'll show now. Let's Forex come with an indicator. You just follow this link, follow the instructions and set up an account there. And for the binary option is the one you did see me use just right now. So that's the two I'm using. So that's the two platforms. Candlestick chart, of course. Tick chart, we don't do that. I never tick chart something that you can think about using for binary option, but for the for Forex, no, we are staying with candlestick chart, and on the minimum we are looking at is 15 minutes. I don't trade below that. Some strategies can work on 5 minutes, but no, below that you need a very good broker, and then this broker is for you, because you need very good spreads. If you start to trade on the 1 minute chart, for example, then you need a broker like the one you see here. But other than that, no, tick chart, we are not using that. So now let's take a look. So we have our trade in. This for me looks like a very beautiful trade, and the probability that we go up here again now is super high. I think this support will hold, and I see us go up here. At least if we're going to go downwards, we at least go up here and then go down. We will not go down from here. I don't believe so, because we had a strong move down. Sorry, we had a strong move down, and it's too obvious. If the market is going to continue downwards, at least he will go up and retest here for them to go down, just to trick people. So that's why this entry is very good. So then we're done with this pair also. Let's take a look at GBP GPY. That's another pair I like to trade. Let's remove some of the old lines we have here. Let's take a look at a higher time frame. Let's open and close it. So as we can see, it's very spiky market, and you see every time we are moving down around this region, so a short trade could be possible. It's not following exactly the rules to do it on the swing trade, but we might look at the 4 hours, see what you can see there. Here I would say I will need to break this we are currently in a support. I think I will look for short trade. So what, because if you go back to the 1 day again, you can see that this have happened quite a lot of times. Let's remove this one down here. You can see that 1, 6. So we see it's very spiky market, and you see that we always come down more or less down to this region down here. And I don't think that will change anytime soon. So the probability is that we might go down there one more time. And I like to see when we have a so nice movement. So if we can just close below this white line, we can look for a very nice short trend. So let's see in the 1 day again. Let's move this red line to where we want to target. Let's take one that we see that we come to every single time. I think around there. Of course, here we can see. I think quite comfortable we can take one there. So let's then go back to the 4 hour to see what type of set we're looking for. So yeah, that's what we're targeting. So if we can close below this white line, that means a bar close below here, then we can look for a short trade. The trade will look something like this. We would set, let's say we close here. We will then set our stop loss just above this small spike you see here. And we can target all the way down to the bottom here. And that will be a trade that will easily take for GBP, GPY. But like I said, this one he need to close below this white line for them to open there. We can't open a pending trade because you see here we did come down to this trade and we go up again. Same happened here. We have been down here, but we need to be patient. Like here, for example, we might have lost this one here because you see we close below. So it's not 100% win rate. Nothing is. But if you come down here again, the probability that you go down here again, it's high. So, and you see, if we lose $100 on the trade in the stop loss, we are gaining $265 on the take profit. And that's why we are doing this. And then even with a 50% win rate, we are making a lot of money. And this, of course, we have much higher win rate than 50%. So here we need to stay patient. This is something that will probably happen today. So if you stay put alert, at least for what you can do, you put alert like this, go in the right side here, and push this plus button, and you push add alert, and then when you come down to this region here, you get a message on your cell phone if you add that to TradingView, and that means then you can see, did we close below it? Yes, we did. Okay, then you're ready to take a trade. So that's a way I do, at least. And with the free version of TradingView, you can put just one alert. If you pay, you can put, I think it's 6 or 8 alerts you can put on the cheapest version. And then, of course, you have many other advantages, like, for example, now come advertising for me once in a while, as you have seen. You don't get advertising, but it's not. To have a paid version for TradingView, it's worth it in the long run if you're really serious about trading Forex. Now let's see. I see the clock is 12:41, so we still have 19 minutes left. So we can be looking then maybe at Ethereum. You can see, by the way, that currently we are in profit in our trade. So we are moving the correct direction on our BTC trade. Let's see what Ethereum say. Crypto, of course. And we take this one. Let's see how this looks like. Typically, it's more like a copy of Bitcoin, but I think I see something. Let's see if we can start to make some lines and see how this looks like. Also, what I have shown before here, this will give a good idea about how things look like. So it's just trend lines with breaks, give you alert and everything. Is quite nice. But let's see now. If we take a line, that's always I like to just play a little, not take too serious about my lines, and just see if I can see something that looks nice. But I see something here that you see that it's respecting somehow this short-term trend here, and you have the upper trend here. So any break anytime soon here on the 1 hour can be interesting. So here within at least 3 hours we will have something happening. I'm not so sure about how strong this trend, this very short-term trend here is not, but this one is stronger at least. So if you break to the upper side here, that's what I would like the most. If you break up here, we can go for a long trend, but typically we go to the start of the trend and we see that it's not so much. It's just this small area here, so it's not a perfect trend, but at least it's not something that we are going for, but at least we will see that we can be ready to take a trade, because basically where I would want to go with a long trade here, it's when we actually reach this area here and we can close above this white line here, then I would go for a long trade. So this will just make you aware that is coming something, and then if you close above here, we can then take a trade. Let's look a little to the right. Yeah, I think something like this. We can then take our stop loss around here, and it's a 1 to 262 trade. So this might take a little while before we come up here, but it's something we can be looking for. So that's Ethereum also. Let's take a Bitcoin against Ethereum. That's cool. Let's open this one. Okay, here we see the same thing. Here is a little stronger. It's a little longer. So we can something like this. And here we see Bitcoin is the stronger one. So we are looking for our long trade when we break. Of course, right now we see it's a short-term trend downward, so Ethereum is stronger right now. But I will look for Bitcoin to be stronger. So here we could have taken a trade. If we break above, can be happening more down here. Does not need to be here. But if we break up here, then we could take a long trade, because this would be good enough. We can then target the high here, and our stop loss we will just put previous swing low. So here will be a ratio of 1 to 2. So if you lose $100 on your losing trade, you are gaining $200 on your take profit. So this is something I would have taken for a long opportunity trade. Let's see now, just for fun, if this trend line will break, will give us the same lines. Let's remove this, and let's push that button and see what he come with. We see that he do not come with this trend here, little strange, you don't see that. So we can see that it's not as good as if you make it yourself. So just be aware of that this is not so good as we put the line ourselves. And you see here, he basically telling about a short trade. I would not have taken that, to be quite frankly. But here also, a short trade, and you see what happened. And here you say buy trade, and you see, so this, you can't follow this, at least not on cryptocurrency. But if you take a look at euro against dollar, we can see very nice trade. That would be a profit trade. Even if this one we will not take it, because you see that it's when a long bar like this, we don't take it. Here, buy on this one, that would be a nice trade, winning trade. Short on this one, that would be a losing trade. This would be a losing trade. This might have been a winning trade, losing, 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 winning. So all over it looks like the win rate for this is around 50%, but of course the winning trades are bigger. So just by following the signals, yes, you will make money, but will not be something you'll be inspired about, because it's not, the win rate is not good enough. So to just follow signal like this, because you see the lines they make, it's not lines that I would have made. So it's a little different. You don't see them do, like for example here, for example, let's go down to the 30 minutes and I'll show you. Like for example here, let me show you. Here I would have, here we clearly can see that we have a downtrend, right? And what we are looking for a downtrend, we are looking for the break of the trend, and the trend trade happened here. We would have then taken a long trade here on this bar here, take our stop loss below previous low, that would be in this case around there, and take a 1.5 the trade, and we can take there, we see it would be a winner, we would hit the take profit there. So that's a very easy way to trade. But you see, he did not make this line, he did not see this we see here. So he make a short here, make no sense for me. So yeah, so don't follow these things too directly. It give you idea if you are lazy to put up lines yourself, but you see the lines are not the way I would have put up the lines. Now let's take up here, I think we take a Canadian dollar against Japanese yen. Here we can see that we are in a current downtrend, but let's see how the 1 day looks like. There. Okay, we can see that here we are in uptrend. You can see when you are in the 30 minutes, looks like you're downtrend, but you are not. So our trend line is looking something like this, and we had the upper trend line here. Let's see if I can mark that also. So you can see we are testing this old trend. This you see here is very rare, by the way, that we break the upper trend line. But you see we did here, and now we are retesting this trend line. So that's something that is not so often we see. Typically we keep below the upper trend line, and we in one time we break to the downside. But here we broke, I guess was a news that was so strong that we did continuous upwards, and now we have a retest over the upper line. So the probability now, if we now go to the 30 minutes, see if you can get a trading opportunity. So we can see now we are testing here now, and I think we will go at least up to here. So let's take a look. I also need to look at if we have a certain area of resistance. For me it looks like the first resistance up here, but this was basically a trade here when we're down on this line. I think we are a little late to the game, and our take profit is too short compared with the stop loss. I will show you. So if you are taking this trade right now, I think let's take a look to the left around here, and then I will need to take a stop loss down here, and you see it's basically a 1-to-1 trade. But if you had taken the trade down here, that would be a completely different game because we could have taken a very tight stop loss, and we would have still target up around here, and it will be a 1 to 6 trade. So it means if you lose $100 on this trade, you gain $656 on the take profit. So that will be a beautiful trade, and you can see already we will be halfway already. So that's why we trade always on the trend line. Like you can see we did on USD GPY. You can see already, since we did take the trade, we are starting to get in some profit. So because we did take the trade exactly on the trend line. So that's something that is huge when you have the possibility to do that. Like I said, one time of course you will lose because one time he will break and go downwards. But more than you lose the trade, you win it by trading this way. So be confident to take always a trade when you are in a trend line. So then let's see if we have some other pairs to take. We are going a little fast today, but I don't see so many trading opportunities. We have only taken 2 trades today. Would be nice if you could find one more. We have one for Bitcoin, I think, and they have one for USD GPY. Let's take Euro against Japanese yen. Let's look at the higher time frame first. So let's take to the 4 hour and see how this looks like. Yeah, we are currently in a support area. The probability is that we, as we're looking for long trades, that we will go up here and retest these highs here. And we see that we had the spike down. This is typically to take the stop loss, because most people, they set the stop loss just right below this previous low here, and this one is just to stop out these people for them to go upwards. So here I see a beautiful trade right now. This is a trade I take any day of the week. So now what we do, let's move it a little more to the side so you see a little better. We take our stop loss just below this spike down, and we target up the previous high, and that if we lose $100 on this stop loss, we gain $361 on take profit. That's a so good setup that we just need to take it. So that is Euro against Japanese yen, so we take that trade. So Euro, JPY, it's a long trade. We enter at this point here. Let's see again, we take our stop loss down at this level here. And our take profit we take up there. So let's see if I can find it there. After I will just take questions, because we are getting to the end of the session. So I'll just make sure I take this trade myself. Like that. Yes. So now let's see if there are any questions. Yes, I only trade 3-4 pairs. Of course, in this session we got a little more, only because that were not so many options and I need to fill up the session. So you can see now we got a trading for Euro against Japanese yen is a pair I typically don't trade. And you should trade only 3-4 trades max a day for Forex, and the same with binary option. You see me take 2 trades with binary option today, and I did stop. Win or lose, you stop after that. Never do more, because then you will try to gain back, for example, losses or something like that. Okay. I can give the links again. So this is the referral link for the best Forex broker and the binary option broker I'm using. So if you want to use the same and you want to copy the trades I do, this is the two you should use. Now, if you came now, I start. I have sessions. I can give this also. I have live sessions Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and this is the times on everything. So if you want to join my sessions, I have 3 times a week this time. Okay, let's see. Yes, this indicator that show for breakout of trend is not so good, but you make money, just follow the signals. Not crazy money, but you make money using it. So then it's just 2 minutes left, so if you have any questions you can ask them now, or you can just write them down on a piece of paper, on your notebook, whatever, and ask me on the next session, because I will be back here again in Friday. So you can just be ready for that. So today we got 3 Forex trade and 2 binary option trade. So I'm quite happy with that. Of course you could have done better on the binary option part, but the Forex part will cover that easily today. So we are now just seconds away till we're done. So if you have anything, if you come a question now, I can answer, or if not, we take it on Friday. So we are now done for today. See you all Friday.